Hey, this is my first Facebook Live video ever, and it took me about 11 minutes to figure it out. I thought it would be a lot easier to do it from my laptop, but then that apparently was not the case, and I had to download the app on my phone and get going on my phone. So, first live Facebook video, and now I know it's easier to do them on my phone. So the reason why I am doing these live videos is because I want to educate you on something I'm really passionate about. And this is essential oils. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. So it's nice to see people. Hi, Kate. It's nice to see people hopping on and joining me in the conversation. That's awesome. Thank you so much, you guys. Thanks. So I'm really passionate about essential oils, and I will do another video about why I'm using essential oils, but that's not really what these videos are about. What I want to do, it's December 1st, so happy December. I love the first of the month. It's always so much fun to, have a new fresh month and start thinking about what you want to accomplish that month and all of that fun stuff. So what these videos are for is, thanks for the love. This is fun. Hi, Maria. This is really lots of fun. So anyways, okay, so it's December 1st. These videos can get really distracting. I'm coming to learn that. But anyway, so it's December 1st. I wanted to start a really fun series for you guys called the 12 Days of Christmas Essential Oils Education. So I want to educate you on something I'm passionate about, which are essential oils, and I wanted to tie in the Christmas theme. So since it's December 1st, I'm going to be doing daily videos every single day for the first 12 days of the month, and I'm going to take you through some of my favorite oils and the oils that I feel like you would benefit from over the month of December and kind of like the winter months, and even use during the Christmas holidays. So when I was sitting back and thinking about all of the oils that I wanted to talk about over the next 12 days, I initially thought that I would save frankincense for day 12 because I'm the kind of person that likes saving the best for last. So that is what my intention was to begin with. But as you know, if you read the title of this video, today it's day 1 and we're talking about frankincense. So frankincense is my absolute favorite oil, and I chose to do it day 1 instead of day 12 today because it is my favorite oil, and if I don't talk about it right off the bat, you guys are missing out. It is the best oil. So today I'll kind of go over some of the key points on frankincense and why I love it, kind of how I use it personally. I use it daily. So I'll go through kind of that sort of information for you guys, and then I'm gonna try to not look at everyone liking and watching right now, or else I'll never get through this. But anyway, so I'll go through the information and then I'll look down, and if you guys have some questions, you can start asking me questions and I can answer them as best as I can for you. And then we'll sign off because I'm getting my hair cut today. These long things are going. So I'm excited for that, and that's happening pretty soon. So, frankincense. It is, if you know anything about oils, or if you kind of, use them a little bit, you'll know that you can use frankincense for pretty much anything. So because of this, it is called the king of all oils. So this little bottle, this little frankincense here, he's known as the king of all of the oils. And like I said, we refer to it as the king of oils because it literally can do anything for you. And so it's most known for usually for beauty. It promotes super great skin health. Like if you need any anti-aging, that sort of thing, frankincense can be used for reducing the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles. So if you're looking to kind of upgrade your skin health and your beauty care, frankincense is a really good natural option to do that. And then since it does, play into our skin health, it does work really well for any scars or stretch marks. So I know a lot of my friends, I'm not in this stage of my life yet, but I have a lot of friends who have recently had babies and they're dealing with the stretch marks and they're coming to me complaining about them, and frankincense is our go-to oil for any kind of skin issue like that. So new mamas, you might really enjoy some frankincense. It's very good for the skin, very good for beauty, scars, and stretch marks. It is also very cleansing. So it's good for just our overall health. All of these oils, really, if you aren't familiar with oils work at a very cellular level. So frankincense is very cleansing to our cells and our body as a whole. And that brings me to how I use it on a daily basis. So when I wake up, first thing in the morning, I put a drop of frankincense under my tongue. And this is because it's very nourishing to our cells. Like I said, it's cleansing, but it's very nourishing to our cells. And I supplement daily and I feel amazing because of my supplements. But this one drop of frankincense that I do every single morning, first thing I do when I get out of bed, under my tongue, it just takes how I feel to that next level. And it's really hard to explain. It provides me with grounding, which we'll kind of talk about in a few minutes, but it makes me feel grounded and just that mental clarity. And it just kind of allows me to feel like I'm sailing through my day and never have energy lows or anything like that. And it's just really good assurance that you're nourishing your cells, nourishing your entire body, and cleansing those cells. It's very good, supportive for your liver, which, helps our bodies remove toxins and detoxify, cleanse our whole body. So it's very nourishing to all of those organs, all of those cleansing organs. Another part of our body that it's so good for is our brain. So anyone who's wanting to work on hormonal balance or just overall brain health, like memory and brain longevity, anything like that, frankincense is so nourishing for that as well. So any kind of brain related health concern you have, frankincense would be great for that. And taking a drop of under your tongue would also help support that, which is, one of the reasons why I do it. If any of you guys listening right now know anything about me, I'm very, very open that I struggled with an eating disorder for the majority of my life before I reached 20 years old. So mental health and the health of our brains is something that I'm super, super passionate about. So any oil that helps me nourish my mental health and my brain health, I'm all about. So that's another reason why I love frankincense so much. And then I wanted to talk a little bit about how essential oils can help us with our emotions. So when I first started using essential oils, which was November of 2015, so I just celebrated kind of my 1 year of using essential oils, and I started using essential oils because I wanted to clean up my home. My boyfriend and I, we would go to the grocery store, like Superstore or Sobeys, and we'd be buying just toxic cleaning products, toxic dish soap and toxic laundry detergent. And one day I was just kind of like, okay, my beliefs are not in line with what I'm doing, and that's not okay with me. So I said to my boyfriend Scott, I was like, okay, if I take matters into my own hands, can we just stop buying all of this stuff, and can I just make it on my own, or do my own thing? And he's like, absolutely, just like go do it, go do your own thing. We won't buy anymore. So I started using essential oils that very next day, I purchased my oils that very next day, and then they came in the mail shortly after. And ever since then, I've been using them to, reduce the toxicity in my home. What I was very surprised about when I started using the oils was the positive impact that they had on my mood and my emotions. And I know that all of us can use some sort of emotional or mood support. I know it's a fact. So, I started using these oils for cleaning, and when I smelt them, I started feeling different emotions, and, my moods would be affected. If I was kind of feeling a little bit low, and I put some wild orange in my cleaning products, I noticed that like within 2 minutes, my moods would be lifted, and, that wasn't a coincidence. So, and then if I use something like lavender, my mood would instantly, I would just feel a little more calm. And when I noticed these things, I was pretty intrigued and started diving more into not only how these oils could help me clean up my home and reduce the toxic load in my home, but I also started to research and really dive into how these oils could help me mentally, emotionally, with my moods, and also how my clients could benefit from them as well, because the majority of my clients do come to me for mental health issues or emotional stuff. And even if they don't, even if my clients come to me for digestive complaints or hormonal imbalance, there's always a mood or emotion piece tied to it. So that's, just kind of a side note about why these oils are so fascinating. But frankincense in particular, it has such a powerful effect on our mood. Whenever I experience an oil for the very first time, I like taking the lid off, and I don't do any research on the oil beforehand. And I take the oil off, or the cap off the oil, and I smell it. And I just give myself a few minutes to decide how that makes me feel. And when I first, took a whiff of frankincense, I instantly had just kind of like this, like, calm, like everything's gonna be okay, and, just like grounded, like feeling like I was solid, not like way up here, which I tend to be. My thoughts usually tend to like go way up there. But when I first smelled frankincense, not knowing anything about it, I was like, ooh, this just kind of like, brings a lot of calmness and groundedness to me. And then I go do my research, and I find out that one of the, emotions that frankincense helps us experience is groundedness. So that was pretty cool to figure out. But anyway, so frankincense is really good for grounding. It's often used for meditation. So if any of you listening have a meditation practice, or if you like doing yoga, frankincense is so awesome for that. I'm really into yoga these days. For the past 2 months, I've been doing yoga every single day, and I will add frankincense to my pulse points, or I usually do like a yoga without a mat. But if you do use a mat for yoga, I would suggest adding a little bit of frankincense, like just a drop or two of frankincense to your yoga mat, just for an even deeper experience. So that is one of the emotional or mood benefits of using frankincense. And then just the other emotional tidbit, since this is such a passion of mine, is frankincense not only is known as the king of all oils, but also the oil of truth. So if you want to get really connected to your soul and your truth, or maybe you're even having a difficult time speaking your truth and you're feeling like there's a lot of congestion right there, frankincense might help you open up those emotional blockages and really, be able to tap into your soul and tap into that truth that we all need to get connected with. So those are just kind of some things about frankincense. I do want to kind of rewind and touch back on how I use it daily. So I did mention that I put a drop of frankincense under my tongue every single day. First thing when I wake up in the morning, that's what I do. And it truly does make me feel so good. So good. But this is unique to the brand that I use. So for the next 12 days, I will be jumping on Facebook Live and doing these videos on different oils and different products that I think could benefit you throughout the Christmas season and just the winter months. But when I talk about oils, I'm always going to be talking about doTERRA essential oil. And the reason for that is, when I did get into oils a year ago, I did my research before I chose a brand that I felt comfortable using. And as I explained, I began using oils to reduce the toxic load in my home. So I wanted to make sure that what I was bringing into my home in order to reduce the toxic load, I wanted to make sure that there was no chemicals or additives in the oil that I chose to use. And I, searched high and low for a brand that I knew I could trust and, even recommend to my clients. And doTERRA was truly the only brand that I felt comfortable and safe using. And I'm lucky I, aligned myself with this brand, because this is a brand that is very unique in the sense that you can take it internally. So when I talk about taking oils internally, like ingesting them, I want you to know that I am only referring to the doTERRA brand, because it is pure, and doTERRA does guarantee us that there are never any additives or chemicals. There's, no residues from anything. And that's something I like pointing out to people, is that we have to remember that essential oils are coming from plants. So there is a possibility for essential oils to contain pesticides and, harmful chemicals. But doTERRA promises us and can guarantee us that there is nothing like that in these oils. They are just 100% pure plant power, basically. And the reason they can promise us this is they do go through 7 levels of testing, and they are also third-party tested. So you can be sure that it is just 100% pure essential oil in this bottle. So those are, some of the benefits of frankincense. As I said, frankincense can seriously do everything. It is the king of all oils. But the reason I do, include it, or the reason I chose to include it in my 12 days of Christmas education is because, frankincense, it's a Christmas oil, right? The smell is amazing. It's very spiritual, but the reason that I would say I would want you to use it during the Christmas months or even during the winter is because it helps your body as a whole. So I want you to think of it as, how I take it internally every day. It's really helping nourish all of the cells and organs in my body and all the processes going on, making sure everything is happening properly and everything's really well nourished, because so many of us, our immune systems are compromised, and frankincense has the ability to help us, get through the winter months in a more healthier way. And then the second reason I would say is because of the impact that it does have on our moods. So many of us, will experience very low moods in the wintertime. And, frankincense can really help us with that, really balance out our moods. So if you're one of those people like I was in the past, and to be honest, every single year up until I started using essential oils, I really battled with low moods in the wintertime. Just, being in Canada, it's super not bright out and it's cold and there's lots of snow, and I'm much more of a summer loving person. Anyways, so frankincense has really helped me with my moods in that aspect, and I really do want to offer this to anyone who needs that information and needs that support. Frankincense can absolutely provide that to you. I think that's kind of all I really wanted to go over today. If you guys have any questions, you can absolutely ask me below, or any comments or anything. That would be awesome. I'll hang out here for a little bit if you guys do have some questions. If not, I will just kind of ramble for a few more minutes and let you guys know that if you are interested in beginning your essential oil journey this month, there is a promo that doTERRA is hosting because it is Christmas. So the promo is that you are able to get one of these bottles of frankincense for free with a order of 200 points or more. And generally 200 points equals $200 US. So that's the promo for the month, and it lasts all month. So you guys can always, shoot me an email if that interests you. My email address is megtherhn@gmail.com, or just direct message me here on Facebook, and I would be happy to answer your questions. I know some of you likely have questions but just don't want to post them publicly, so that's totally fine too. I am excited for the upcoming 12 days of Christmas, day 2 tomorrow, and I have another oil chosen, so that'll be fun to go over. And I'm excited to see you guys. Thank you so much for all of you who have showed up. I'm gonna run now because I'm gonna grab some lunch and then I'm going to get my hair cut. So you guys will see me tomorrow and I will look a little bit different. So anyways, thank you so much for coming and joining me today, and I will see you tomorrow, same time.